Linda Quintana coming to you from the Beehive. Today I'm going to show you how to make this elegant ornament note card using the Embellished Ornaments bundle. And this is the Embellished Ornaments stamp set. And this is the matching delicate ornament thinlits. And if you buy both of these together as a bundle, you can save 15%. I just wanted to show you how cool this note card was. This little ornament is made with the red foil sheets and the red glimmer paper, so it's really sparkly. The other cool thing about it is that it actually comes right off of the card. I've poked a little hole in the fold of the card, so the tying thread or the cording trim comes through on the inside, so that after the person's done with the card, they can actually pull the ornament right off the card and use it as an ornament for their Christmas tree. I thought that was pretty cool. So let me show you how to make this. To start off with, you're going to need your Big Shot, and I've got my regular multi-purpose platform that comes with the machine, and I've also got my precision plate, and this is going to be my base plate instead of my standard cutting pad. And then I've got my red foil sheet and my red glimmer paper here. And we are going to be using the delicate ornament thinlits, and the detailed one we're going to be using on the red glimmer paper. I am actually going to turn the red glimmer paper over because I find I can cut better on the back side. It makes it easier to poke. So I'm just going to put that right there. And then I'm also going to be using the outline for the red foil paper. And we're also going to cut, at the very same time, we're going to cut the little topper for the ornament. Okay, so let me go ahead and we're going to run this through the machine. And I'm going to pull off the foil paper because those ones are cut already. So let's run the detailed ornament through again. And if you lose contact, like I just did with your paper, actually you can just pull this off, and I can just line this right back up again with the ornament, and then you can run it through again. Just make sure it's right in the right place, and then run it back this way. That would be the second time. Then we're going to run it through a third time, and we're going to run it through a fourth time. That just helps get all the little pieces cut through. You can roll it open, and then we'll just pop this off like that. And I'm going to take my garbage bin right here, and I'm going to take my little piercing tool, and I'm just going to start poking through all of these little pieces. And I'm going to fast forward this in a moment. Some of these pieces, like especially this one right here, the bigger ones, they take a little bit more work to get through, like these little curvy ones. So just poke them through. And I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this. And there you go. I've finished poking through all those little pieces, and it takes just a little, maybe 30 seconds to a minute to poke through all the pieces, but it's so worth it because it's such a pretty delicate little piece, and it's so shimmery. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our red foil piece and our little topper piece, and we're going to glue the glimmer paper to the foil piece. So I'm just going to take some Tombow. Now the backing of the glimmer paper is also a little bit glossy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some strategic small dots of Tombow. And I recommend using Tombow because it really is probably the best thing to help this piece stick to each other, or these two pieces to stick to each other. So I've just kind of strategically placed some dots, and then I'm going to line these two pieces up and bring them together. Just going to hold them for a second, make sure it doesn't shift around. In the meantime, I'm going to take a little piece of Tear tape and use it to adhere this little foil topper piece to the red glimmer paper. Now, hardly anything sticks to the red glimmer paper. The glitter on it repels almost everything, but I have found that the Tear tape works quite well. So grab a piece of the little Tear tape and put it right at the top of the glimmer paper. And I want you to just kind of press down and make sure that really gets stuck into the glitter. And then go ahead and remove the backing. Okay, and this glimmer paper, because the back is so, it's glossy, it is going to take a little while to dry. So you might notice a bit of shifting going on, so just make sure you've got it still straight as you're putting your little topper on, if you haven't waited for it to dry. Okay, so we got our little topper on, and then I also want to back up my ornament, because right now the back is just white, and at the very least, if you want, you can cut another glimmer sheet too, but I'm just going to back my glimmer and foil piece with just a foil one on the back, just so when it flips over it doesn't look white. If you want to take more time and do an extra piece, you can do that. I'm just kind of gluing that down, and then we've got our little topper piece again, and the same thing for that. I'm just going to cut a little piece of Tear tape. You could tear this, but it's such a tiny piece that I don't want to tear it. I want it to cover up this whole little piece up here, and it's hard to get a good straight tear. So that's why I'm doing it like this. And then I will take my little topper. I'll just make sure that I'm lining it up with the other little topper piece. Okay, so that's the back of the ornament, and this is the front of the ornament. And now let's go ahead and bring in our Whisper White note card. And these come with envelopes already, so that's kind of cool. And if you don't have a note card, you can make one yourself by cutting a piece of cardstock to 7 inches by 5 inches and then scoring in half at the 3.5 inch mark. So I'm just going to put my little ornament on here over on the side, right where I'm going to be hanging my ornament. So I'm going to try and make it equal distance from the bottom side and where the top will be. Here's the score line right here. And I'm just going to take real red ink, and I'm going to take this Thinking of You at Christmas greeting, and I'm just going to ink that up, the little real red, and I'm going to stamp that right down here at the bottom. It's easier to do it when you have your ornament right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little pencil mark, and I'm going to find the center part of that ornament, and I'm just going to put a little pencil dot right on my fold line, right where I will tie my ornament up. So that's where I'm going to pierce my hole right there. And I'm going to take my piercing mat, and I'm going to take my little piercer, and I'm just going to poke that little hole, make sure it's big enough, and then let's go ahead and get some trim. You can choose what kind of trim you want. You can either use the gold cording trim or you can use the silver cording trim. I'm going to use the gold one here, and you want about 8 inches. 8 inches is a good length so that the excess doesn't peek out through the note card on the bottom. It's just long enough. And I'm going to fold this little piece of cording trim in half. I'm going to create the halfway point, put it through the topper at the top, created a little loop, put the ends through the loop, and just give it a little tug so that it's snug. And then you've got your two little ends, and you're just going to feed them through like that. So it kind of just dangles like that. And then you're going to fold your ornament, or fold your note card, and use your bone folder to crease down that fold. Now, it might have been easier to do that before you thread through your ornament, but I'm going to do it now since mine is already threaded. So there you go. You've got a little ornament note card, very pretty. I've also done it in gold, and I've also done it in silver, and I will post all the supplies for the gold and the silver and the red on my blog, so that you'll be able to, if you want to do this card, you'll be able to do it in whatever color you wish. All the supplies you'll need to make these beautiful ornament note cards are available for purchase on my blog. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Bye for now.